Welcome to my new video. So in this video, we're going to talk about if you are moving to Florida because of the cost of living or affordability, then think twice, especially if you are moving in 2022. So let's start this video right now. Florida has been very famous state for the relocation, especially in the pandemic time and even until now. However, in 2022, when I'm creating this video, I want to give you some latest update. If you are thinking to move here, but if your main reason is affordability, then you need to think twice, because Florida not even anymore, if you see in the Google search, an affordability state. So now this pandemic has changed a lot of things in Florida, and that's why the Florida is not one of this affordable state, or maybe like I will put as a top 10 affordable state in United States of America. So there was a time, yes, Florida has been really great for the cost of living, but now things have changed a lot. So you got to have a real reasons why you are moving here. If cost of living is one of those reasons, however, it has to be the relative term, right? So cost of living is not something, let's say if you are comparing cost of living of Indiana versus Florida, then definitely Indiana is much better. However, if you're comparing the New York versus Florida, then definitely the Florida is still better. I am creating this video in terms of giving a little bit more comparison of before pandemic and right now what's happening in Florida and what are the kind of number changes happen, especially affordability wise. So as you know, my channel is all about the real estate and the Florida, what are the good places, bad places, or worst places to live here. So we don't only talk about the real estate, we also talk about where you should move to or where you should not move to in Florida. So my main focus right now for this video to start with is the real estate. The reason is, in America, if you see, it's almost 34% to 36% of your expenses goes to housing. And that's why it's very important to think about it right now before you start, before you make a decision to move to Florida, because especially the real estate market has changed a lot of dynamics in Florida itself. So if I talk about especially the pandemic time, the Florida housing market has been really hot or on a fire, I can say. I'm sure that housing market, everywhere, if you see every state, it's on a fire, not just the Florida. But since we are comparing Florida housing market, I'm comparing between pre-pandemic and pandemic time, how much raise I'm looking at, especially on the South Florida. By the way, I'm on Fort Lauderdale. This is the beautiful site. We have a couple of properties here in this building. This is a very beautiful community. If you want to learn about investments in Florida, check out a couple of my videos. I have also made a video about this particular community also. This is on an intercoastal. Look at this. It's a beautiful location. Whenever I come here, I tend to make a video because I can make a video and take some breeze and have some fun while creating the video. Anyways, let's come to the point. So housing market definitely has shown big change in just last 2 to 3 years. So before pandemic, if you want to buy something like around 500,000, oh my God, you could get beautiful house in Florida in a really good neighborhoods. I would say A category neighborhoods, and with the pool, maybe with the lake view, and fantastic house. But right now, if your budget is around 500,000, good luck. For single family houses, it's really difficult to buy. South Florida, I usually divide between two, like a suburb and on the east side. So I am where right now, it's the east side. So the houses, whatever luxury houses you see here, that's on an intercoastal. The beach from here, it's only a mile or 1.5 mile, somewhere around that. So this is still considered the east side. So let's start with the east side first, since we are here. So east side I consider as a lifestyle motivation. So people who are moving here, they're not keeping the mind as affordability as a question mark. They are more moving for lifestyle. They want to have a beach lifestyle, they want to have a boat, they want to keep a boat for themselves. So Florida has been great for that. If you want to buy something like this, in California, oh my God, there will be full fortune you need to have to spend. But here, it's not that expensive, even still right now. However, we do see a lot of activity happen in luxury market too, along with the affordability market. Luxury market, the prices rise is not still as much high as we see in a suburb. So east side, I didn't see a lot changes compared to pre-pandemic. But yeah, of course, like 20% to 25% raise we have still experienced, depends on the property. So let's say the property is fully upgraded, then the prices have spiked up. People are ready to pay with the upgraded property where they don't have to do a single thing. Then, they don't care about the appraisal. They are just buying on cash, even these houses. So it just depends on what you're looking at, or you're looking to buy in this area. If you're looking to invest also, Florida has been great even till now, or even in future. I'm very positive because see, anything, let's say the housing market would change or the numbers people care about, like, of course, a lot of things in the market right now happening. So people think it's going to crash. Everybody has their own opinion. However, just think about it. For Florida, it's not about just relocation we depend on. We depend on the lifestyle, right? So look at this. The boats, I don't know if you guys can see there. I'll also show you some drone shot of this location. So here in the community, if you want to buy, let's say around 300,000, there are beautiful condos like 2-bedroom to 3-bedrooms. Again, it depends on what you're looking at. We bought one of the condo in a pandemic time, 270,000 only. But of course, it needed work. You needed to change the floor, needed to change the kitchen. If you specifically look for something very remodel, then you have to give the best numbers. So think about it. Something on an intercostal, if you want to have some retirement lifestyle below 400,000, it's still possible here, and also for investment purpose. And if you're looking for single family houses on east side, this houses runs around 3+ million, especially on intercostal. But there are community like this community, if you go behind, a lot of houses, maybe they don't have a water view, but they are still close to beach, that runs between 800,000 to 2 million. So it depends on where it is located and what kind of amenities the house is holding. So most of the Florida houses are definitely, they have a pool. That's pretty much common. But having the view, that's the big deal on houses. So that's one thing on the east side. So east side in general, I have not seen a lot of peaks. So, and again, the people who move to east side, they don't actually care about the cost of living. They're more moving, actually more benefits. Like for example, a lot of millionaires are moving here just because the state is giving break to tax, right? So it just helps. A lot of people have even vacation houses here, and just for namesake. And lifestyle wise, again, Florida is still number one. Of course, it's so hot in summer. Right now it's crazy hot. My skin is almost tan. We just took a vacation in Marco Island. But again, it's all about the lifestyle, right? Things are so close, even though I live in West Side, and that's where we're going to talk next. The beach is like 15-20 minutes from my house, so which is not still bad. And if you literally want on a beach, like from this community, the beach is in walking distance, So a lot of possibility of different styles of lifestyle you can experience in Florida. In Fort Lauderdale, there are really great neighborhoods called Dolphin Isle, Tarpon River, Victoria Park. I have a couple of videos about those also if you want to check out, this kind of luxury houses. And one thing I'm looking at right now in Fort Lauderdale, what is happening is a lot of people are buying the old houses and completely renovating and making it newer. So the worth-wise is still makes sense because see, the price have still gone up, and I don't see that the crash could happen in Florida. I mean, see, the main purpose a lot of people bought house in Florida, it's not because of the jobs relocation. It's just because of voluntarily they wanted to, because of the lifestyle, or some people had a mind in even in the cost of living earlier days. So I feel like it's not of course the market we feel is slowing down, but it's not like crash. So if you have a long-term goal to live in Florida, experience the lifestyle here, it's still worth it, but keep the real reasons in mind, not just the cost of living. Now let's talk about the west side. The west side considered more affordable of South Florida. As you know, I was telling you, the $500,000 budget could get you the beautiful house in west side before pandemic, but now the average price there around 700, 800,000. You literally have to touch to get the beautiful single family house, 2,800 plus square feet with pool or with lake. Just like here, we have more lakes there. Again, prices have changed a lot. It's almost like 35% increase I have felt year by year, and it's still kind of, some of the cities are still crazy. I mean, still bad bidding wars are going there, especially Parkland, Weston, those cities. And again, if affordability in your mind, then think about it, which city you want to choose in. Because if you're choosing the top cities in our west side, then good luck. You got to increase the budget, then only you can get a beautiful house. Again, it's very subjective. If you're comparing the same houses in California, New York, or Boston, Miami, then this looks really still fantastic. However, I feel as a local Floridian, the price is crazy high, because I have seen, $500,000 getting beautiful property, and now $500,000 doesn't give even good enough house there. So there's, of course, just there, but not like as much, compared to what you were getting in pandemic. So I have my own listing. I'll show you some pictures that's like right now under contract for $550,000, and we are closing that house next week. So that's still on a lake, but no water view, no pool, and it still needs some work. So again, that budget does get you the house, a single family house, but at the same time, you do have to keeping like extra cost in your mind to update the property or make it more beautiful. Look at this thing you can do in Florida. So this is what in general I'm talking about, the cost of living for housing market. Now let's talk about some groceries and like just rest of other things. So I feel like a grocery or regular expense here, it's not bad. I mean, I have not seen very high rise happening. There was a time we did see some peaks, like for example in the milk got around even $5 or something, but now it's lower now at this moment. But we did say, and then everybody saw that, especially in a wartime, the gas prices raised. There was a little bit of time we saw around even 4.5 or something around that number, highest going up to. Again, it's still low. I mean, I did a vacation that time in California. The prices there is killing, like literally killing. Here it's not that bad, but again, living in Florida, I see the cost of living raising up. It's not I consider is an affordable state anymore. Another rise I saw, especially in insurances, like the property insurances have been raised, especially last year. So I don't know the percentage exactly. I can't say how much raise happened, but comparatively they've become very strict. They're looking in the electrical panels being updated, or the roof being updated, or they're giving the higher numbers. So, a lot of people get worried about, like, if the roof is very old, like 30 years old, the insurance will reject. That's not 100% true. But yes, your insurance money goes up a little bit compared to if you have a new roof. And that's in a normal cases also. But right now I have seen like a little bit of more percentage increase. Like when we were closing before pandemic, 3,000 square foot house, Lakeview or something in a good neighborhood would go up to insurance like 2,000, 2,200, and right now those numbers are around 3,000. And so even the locals like us, we have a house since a while. We do saw some big spikes were coming in between, but not constantly changing. However, but still, you compare to other states. Like I help a lot of relocation clients, and when they talk about their state insurances numbers, here the numbers are compared to those states is really high. The property taxes, I have not seen a real increase compared to like Texas. So Texas this year, see in the news, like it has been raised so crazily, but here it's still reasonable. Not like we haven't seen any spike from the government in Texas. No matter what, here the property tax are a little bit actually low, but like if you buy something like this on intercoastal, the tax will be higher versus if you buy in a west side. So it just depends on, again, the city, depends on where the property is located, and all those factors does get affected when you decide the property taxes. So for example, I live in Coral Springs. My taxes is lower than Parkland. Parkland has really high number of tax from city itself, but the city is beautiful. You know, of course the tax goes to government and they do put the improvements. So when I compare Coral Spring versus Parkland, Parkland is a beautiful city, but of course you're paying very high number in tax if you're living in Parkland. So those are kind of like a major, like a rough comparison what I wanted to talk quickly on this video. If you guys have any more questions, I mean, give me your opinion too. What do you think about the Florida's affordability? Comment me below and we'll talk on there. I would love to do the chat with you if you are thinking to move here, and or if you have any questions. Thank you. I'll see you in my next video.